So I recently took a trip to Norway. I went to several places and experienced as much as I could in the 5 days I was there. I mainly went on this trip because I'm part Norwegian and I love Viking culture and Norse mythology. So what better way to experience these things than to go visit Norway? I'm also an adventurer at heart, so I did some other activities while I was there. But in this video specifically, I'm going to be focused on my visit to the Midgard Viking Center in the village of Borway in Horten, Norway, the Norwegian Museum of Cultural History in Oslo, Norway, and the Snowhotel in a town at the most northern part of Norway known as Kirkenes. Inside the exhibit was pretty small, but that's because there's only been one full excavation in the area, which was the Borway ship mound. Most of the items were destroyed because the soil is quite sandy, and the mound was first opened by road workers in the winter of 1851 who needed unfrozen sand. So, yeah. Next, I walked over to their Viking Hall. The Viking Hall is a unique reconstruction of a royal guild hall from the Viking Age. Oh my God. It smells so good in here. I was greeted there by Helene, a modern-day Viking woman who was very knowledgeable. She was making this really cool thing that's called a varafel. It's a woven type of sheet wool to mimic a sheepskin that Vikings used, most likely on ships, since sheepskin and seawater don't tend to behave well together. It's an extremely long process to make by hand, but as she explained, it doesn't take long when back then they'd have 9 kids helping out. That's how you make your children strong.
Yeah, you need that for all the Viking warriors.
Oh yeah. She also showed me these really awesome carvings in the hall and how each told a story in Norse mythology. This one specifically was all about the courtship of Freyr and Gerd. Once I left the amazing feast hall, I made my way to the Borway Mounds behind the Midgard Viking Center. It's one of Norway's earliest national parks to open that contains 7 large burial mounds and 1 large cairn. The people there actually encourage you to go to the top of any of the mounds and just sort of sit and be quiet and meditate. And if you're a spiritual person like me, that's just an offer that I couldn't pass up. At the Norwegian Museum of Cultural History in Oslo, Norway, there wasn't much Viking material to see inside the museum. However, outside stands one of several of the most important structures in Viking history, the Stave Churches. The legendary Stave Churches from the Middle Ages are Norway's most important contribution to our world's architectural heritage. So many of these structures have miraculously withstood the sands of time for nearly 900 years. Architects and engineers to this day are in awe and admiration of these amazing buildings. Here in Oslo, in the open air museum area, stands the Stave Church. Originally built back in 1200 AD, the church was due for replacement around 1880, but was bought and saved and restored to how it was originally built in the 1200s, using the Borgen Stave Church as inspiration. One thing I can tell you that the pictures just won't is that it smells just as amazing as it looks. A rich wood smell combined with the smell of tar and burned frankincense permeates the air within it. Did he say tar? Yes, I did. The Stave churches were covered in pine tar mixed with charcoal. It's what gives the Stave churches its signature black color and burnt look. It has to be reapplied every year to keep the wood preserved, how they did it in the Middle Ages. You'll see parts of the wood that look like it caught fire or something, when in reality, it's just how the tar looks when it's caked up over time. I was so in awe of this structure that I stayed until closing. Next, I hopped on a plane to head north to Kirkenes. So first of all, let's talk about the name. It looks like it's pronounced Kirkenes. At least it was for me. But it's not by a long shot. It's actually pronounced Kirkenes or Kirkenes. I got more than I bargained for on this trip. The Snowhotel far exceeded my expectations, and for a good reason. Look at this. Everyone was extremely polite and eager to help and spoke English very well for me to understand. And they offer everything. Not only can you stay in the Snowhotel year-round, which no other Snowhotel can claim, they have warm lodging as well for those not wanting to sleep on a bed of ice. But rest assured, they've not had one person have an issue sleeping in the actual Snowhotel. They provide everything you need to be warm and comfortable, including warm bathrooms and showers in the welcoming area of the hotel. So this is the main entrance into the Snowhotel. This is the Snowhotel bar room. And there's my awesome tour guide that serves up the crowberry juice. And it's non-alcoholic, which I really appreciate for someone who doesn't drink. Thank you. Thank you.
There we go. One
Skull.
left. Skull.
Skull. Very good, thank you. There's a fantastic restaurant a chef that actually came from a Michelin star restaurant that now cooks for them. And the meal was beyond delicious and perfect, especially for the price you pay. I got the tour and dinner package and it was worth it. They allow you as much time as you'd like in the hotel to take pictures and see the rooms and beautiful ice sculptures that change from time to time. If I remember correctly, I believe they said it was -3 degrees Celsius in there. That's 26 degrees Fahrenheit. There's not much else that needs to be said about how cool this place is. Oh, let's check out this room. What? Hey Elsa, hey Anna. I don't know his name, but I'm gonna call him Whiskers. It's Finn and Olaf. On the stairs we go onward, deeper into the icy layer of Mr. Freeze's hideout. Okay, everybody, chill. I'm picking up a lot of Elsa vibes in here. A lot. No, don't let it go, let it go. I'm one with the wind and sky. I also booked the husky sledding experience because I love puppies. And who doesn't want to be pulled in a sled by cute, fluffy, wuffy puppies? You're just so stinking cute that you are. You're just so stinking cute that you are. Oh my goodness, look at you. Look at you. I was worried about how it would work because it was unusually warm when I visited and they haven't had any snowfall. Luckily, they had that covered too and have what seems to be a stockpile of snow they keep year-round to maintain the dog sledding paths. So lucky for me, I still got to go sledding. After my dog sledding experience, I was encouraged to go see the reindeer. Reindeer! They have reindeer! He's still really, really hungry. Okay. Here, you want some? Here you go. Oh my gosh. Gotta watch out for the antlers. You know, you can poke somebody's eye out with that thing. Not only that, they have another package called the Sami Experience. This I didn't know about until I met with Jan, a full-blown Sami native that works at the Snowhotel taking care of the reindeer. If you don't know about the Sami people, they're the natives to most of the northern parts of Scandinavia. Jan started telling me about them, and I immediately wanted to know more. The Sami are also the only people in Norway that can legally own reindeer, and I can see why. They're pretty dangerous animals if you don't know what you're doing. And by watching Jan feed them, I can tell you this guy was an expert. The whole time I watched him handle these animals with as much simplicity and ease as if he was feeding a puppy, it amazed me. Me, on the other hand, I kept thinking to myself, oh my God, please don't get impaled by these antlers. He even let me feed them, which was an amazing experience I'll never forget. That was frightening. And probably the most terrifying. While I was waiting for my tour to the Snowhotel, he said no one had booked a 3:30 slot for the Sami Experience. So if I wanted to, I could have a one-on-one with him. I immediately took him up on this offer. We proceeded up to the top of the hill with the reindeer following, like dogs following their pack leader. It was strange, but as he kept telling me more about his people and these reindeer were just continuing with us uphill, I began to feel a huge spiritual connection wash over me. At the top of the hill, I couldn't help but notice a tent that looked exactly like a Native American teepee. Jan explained that just like the Native Americans, they too have the same kind of tents called lavu. However, to enter the lavu, I must earn the right by learning to catch a reindeer. He showed me a technique they use to, in a way, lasso and wrangle deer to catch them. My first attempt wasn't so successful. However, my second, I succeeded, and he allowed me entry. He told me about their clothing traditions and even explained to me why they have pointy shoes. I've always wanted to know the reason behind pointy shoes. And this was it. I finally found it. You see elves with them and just, I don't know why, but what's the deal with the pointy shoes? And what he told me is that the Sami people, when they were the first skiers, they just basically had these wooden planks with reindeer leather straps, and when they would strap their shoes in to basically put the skis on, sometimes they would get loose and those little hooks would catch the strap so they don't slip out of their skis. Isn't that amazing? It is to me. I don't know why. Anyways, enough about pointy shoes. He then told me about their music traditions and the importance of their songs. Each song evolves as they remember the people they sing about. Jan then proceeded to give me the honor of hearing his grandfather's song by performing it for me.
It's only one song, and he follow him the whole life. Så för nej lungon yo ikalan yo hey lango lo 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 yo yongo e jana chamun yo ikalan yo hey lango lo 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 Riki sacha go so stories yo hey lai long lo 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 hey yongo hey lai long lo yo le yongo hey lai lang lo lo hey lai lang lo le yongo hey lai lang lo 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 så för nej lumun yoika dan yongo hey lai lang lo lo
That was amazing. Thank you. If the Sami culture seems somewhat vaguely familiar to you, it's because you probably have experienced a little bit of their culture in a film. You may have heard of it. Frozen 2? The story itself very closely tied into their story of being overlooked and mistreated. These are all things I had no idea about until I went on this journey with Jan. The Sami are now beginning to have more light shed on them, and there's still more work to be done to show and give the respect these people deserve. If you want to know more about the Sami or see how you can help revive their culture, you can visit www.samiculturalcenter.org. That's all I got for this video. If you liked what you saw or heard, just give me a like, subscribe, and let me know in the comments what you think or what you'd like to see next. Thanks, guys.